Hello, I'm Forrest Mahan, President of Aiken Technical College, and I welcome you to the latest edition of the Mahan Conversations. My special guest today is Ms. Crystal Edwards, who is a long-term employee here at Aiken Tech, and I'd like for you to introduce yourself and tell us about your title and what you do.
Hi, I'm Crystal Edwards. I am the Wellness and Accessibility Manager here at ATC. I've been here since 2013. I oversee disability accommodations as well as counseling, any mental health initiatives. I'm over the blessing box here. We have our student emergency fund that I'm a part of there. Also over our wellness center here on campus. So anything that's dealing with mental, physical wellness, I pretty much have a hand in.
Well, I think what a lot of people say, when you have students who are enrolled in college, it's important, of course, go to classes, go through your studies, get your tutoring, but also it's important that students are able to take care of themselves. So you mentioned several things that are available to our students on campus. Well, why don't you tell me a little bit, when you say wellness, as you said, it covers a whole scope of areas of life. Tell us about the Blessing Box. Tell us about what that does and where that's located and how that helps our student population.
Yes, so the the Blessing Box is located behind the 900 building. It's in a discrete location so that students as well as campus members as well as community members can come in and use it as freely as they do. It is frequently used.
And what products are in this box?
We have canned products, canned meat, canned vegetables, canned fruit. We have snacks. Students like snacks. So we have snacks there, and as well as meals. We try to put meals in there like soup, or sometimes beef stew is in there, so that rice is in there so that students and community members can come in and kind of make a meal out of it. And so it's frequently used, and it's been on our campus since COVID. We realized since COVID that food insecurity is a big problem among not just our students but our community members, and so we opened that up as a technical college to also our community members.
And it's important too. I mean, not only are we here to help students, through the process of getting their credential, it's also to help them when they might need a little lift in other aspects of their life, including, as you said, food insecurity. And I know we'll talk later in another conversation, we'll talk about the food pantry, which will be launched later this year, and that's a collaboration with several community groups. So we're very excited about that because good nutrition is a big part of helping students be successful, and also that of community members who may need a little bit of extra support.
Absolutely.
So then also wellness, you mentioned, I think, the Wellness Center. Tell us a little bit about what that is.
So we do have a wellness center here on campus. We call it our campus gym. And so that's open to our faculty, staff, and students. So they're able to access that from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. at night, Monday through Thursdays, and from 8 to 1 on Fridays. And so students use it all the time. And that helps with mental health. Sometimes we don't realize that our physical health has a lot to do with our mental health. And so we're trying to provide holistic services here at ATC. So with our wellness center, we have it open and we have it flexible. Hours are flexible so that those students who are here at night can also take part. If they want to go and work out before class, they can definitely do that. So that's available for our faculty, staff, and students. And it is used. It is greatly used.
And I know that we're just recent some upgrades.
Yeah, absolutely. We have some upgrades in there. We've had some new weights that's been added. We had some new equipment that's been added. We had a nice digital scale, so you can kind of track your progress, for those who are looking to lose weight. So it's been a good access to our campus and community population.
And you touched upon in several statements about the importance of mental health.
Absolutely.
And we know that sometimes students have concerns with like maybe test anxiety. It could just be something simple like that, or there may be life events they need support through. What could you help share with our listeners and viewers what we have available for our students on this campus?
Yes, so we do have counseling here on campus. We like to say short-term counseling in the sense of we're not getting really deep into a deep therapy. We like to refer that out to our community resources. But here, if any students find themselves just feeling overwhelmed, Dr. Mahan, you mentioned test anxiety. Students come in just with anxiety, period. And a lot of times that shows up during a test. But we have counseling here on campus where students can come in, schedule an appointment with me, and we just sit down and we talk. We talk about what they're feeling. We talk about different types of responsibilities that may cause stress to come upon us, may cause anxiety, and it's been really good. Our counseling services are greatly used. Students, we know that there is a crisis among college students when it comes down to mental health, and so we try to address that. We try to use preventative methods to do that, to let students know, hey, if you're starting to feel like you're overwhelmed, could schedule an appointment with me. Let's talk. Let's not get into a crisis mode. Let's prevent that from happening, and also connecting them to community resources like Aiken Barnwell Mental Health. Like if they need something a little bit more long term, we have a lot of counseling here in our community that's greatly used, and so our students are able to connect with those as well.
Well, I mean, you sort of shared with us sort of a good cross section, the importance of nutrition, the importance of physical fitness, and also the importance of sometimes just talking to somebody to sort of get it out of your system to help you function better in the classroom, but also in your life as well. Now, what else might you like to share about the services that are provided, and what do you like to highlight?
I like to highlight that when students step here on campus, that I would like for them to understand that we provide a holistic approach to student success, which means that if they're stepping on this campus and they're nervous about something, or they're first generation students and they don't really know how to navigate this new experience, our services are comprehensive. Like they can come in and they can receive counseling. If they're dealing with, let's just say, food insecurity, they can connect to our blessing box. Let's just say they're in an emergency. We have our student emergency fund that students can connect to if they're having a personal emergency. We have our student success center. We'll talk about that later. That's a part of our learning commons that students can connect with. So when we say that we're holistic, we're holistic. You know, you can come in if you have an accommodation, like our high school students coming in with IEPs or 504s. Don't feel nervous. Like that's what I'm here for as your disability accommodation coordinator, to help you kind of facilitate this new process. That's the way we look at student success. We look at it from all different angles, because we know, Dr. Mahan always talk about this, we know that students walk on our campus and they're not just academically ready, you know, they're not just, they deal with so much, you know, so we're here to equip them academically, personally, and professionally.
And of course, we have students who, you know, are from maybe as young as 16 in dual credit, and we have students that are in their 60s, and so therefore we have a wide age range of individuals with a wide variety of experiences and abilities to handle what comes up in life. Now, you mentioned the learning commons. In fact, this is where we are. For those of you who haven't been to Aiken Tech lately, we renovated our library space, and now, whereas we had 3 different locations, one for tutoring, one for student success in terms of like the testing center and also the library, now all of that is under one roof. So tell us a little bit about the space that we are currently in.
Yes, we are in a new renovated space. It's beautiful here. Here we house our library. In our library we also have our STEAM room. And
explain what STEAM room is.
Yes, that's our science, technology, engineering, arts, and math room. So students are able to come in and into our STEAM room. They have 3D printers that they can use, different type of technologies that they can use to make whatever they feel like is creative to them. A lot of our students will come in, especially students, Dr. Mahan, students are that have disabilities. A lot of times they'll come in because we know that our students that may have are on the autism spectrum, a lot of times they like to come into a small space and kind of be creative. So this is a really good area for them to come in, be creative, use the 3D printer there, use the different type of green screen that's in there, and they could be as creative as they need to be. We also, in the learning commons, which I think is really cool, we house our test center as well as our student success center all in one place. And so students can come here and get the library help that they need, check out a book, right? Get help with our English tutors with a paper, they can get math help, but they can also, if they need to take a test, let's just say they're looking to get hired at SRS, they need to take the work keys, they can take it in the test center right in one place. So it's a really nice space. It's renovated, it's nice. So if you're a student here on campus, come over and see what we've done here in this area.
Well, and one of the things that helped lead to all of this being brought together was making it convenient. The learning commons for the students to get everything they need really in just one stop. Very similar to what we've done over in the enrollment center, where everything can be taken care of in one space. And so in that instance, what you were describing was the academic wellness aspect of what we do. So it's the holistic, it's the mental health, it's the food insecurity, it's the physical fitness, but also it's the academic supports that can help a student be successful. Now, what else might you like to share regarding your field and your role and what you do?
Yeah, well, so what I do here, I previously mentioned, I'm over counseling and disability accommodations and any wellness initiatives here on campus. But what I really do is I want to help students with life. That's what I do. Like, I help students move through life. What is it that I can do for you in my role here at Aiken Tech to help you develop academically, mentally, emotionally, as well as physically with our wellness center, and help you move so when you get out of this space and you move on to a job, you know, or some of our parents are some of our students are parents, single parents. I've been a single parent, you know, how can I help you learn how to manage your time and balance work and school and life? I'm here just to help you as a facilitator with life. That's the way I see myself. And in that, it really like broadens my perspective to what is it that a student need individually, but as a whole, what is it that would help our student population grow physically, mentally, academically, and professionally. So I would say that about my role. I enjoy what I do here on campus, you know. I feel like building relationships are very important. And so we do have students come back and say, hey, I just want to give you an update on life. And that makes me feel good, you know. So yeah, I'm happy to be here on campus. Been here for, I guess, almost 12 years now. So.
And I think that you touched upon the fact that, you know, when we have our students go through their training for their career field, they also need to have what they often call the soft skills.
Absolutely.
The abilities to communicate, the abilities to cope, and the abilities to work with other people. And so it sounds like with the wellness, the way we have things set up, we're trying to help create that holistic, not just student, but that holistic person who then can be successful in the workforce. Anything else you'd like to share?
I thank you for this opportunity.
Well, we thank you for joining us. It's always good to hear about the various things that are going on campus. And, you know, the whole topic of the Mahan conversation is to highlight key things that are going on campus and help people be aware. Some people may not be aware of our new space.
That's right.
And that's a physical sort of illustration of what we're looking to do to help the student environment and help create the students that we need to have to be successful in the workforce. So, Ms. Edwards, thank you for your time. We appreciate all the work that you do. This has been another Mahan conversation. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.